Hey guys, be sure to check out the Mortar Pod, our weekly video podcast, and also check out the tutorial video for my board game, Travelers of Storia. Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're doing another Khans of Tarkir Swiss draft. We've got to dig through time. I think it's still worth tickets. Guess we find out, huh? Surprisingly, still worth about close to 5 tickets, so that's a lot. We'll take that. It's pretty playable too, I think. It's not a bad card at all. What else is worthy of mention? I guess I like Jeskai Elder a lot. Of course, like Awaken the Bear. Hordeling Outburst is a fine card for, the Trumpet Blasty, Raider Spoils, Rush of Battle decks. Mardu Horde Chief is very good. Snowhorn Rider is pretty good. Little Land Fixer. Nothing else really worthy of mentioning. Okay. Well, I mean, Meandering Tower Shell is a playable card, but it's not been as good as I wanted it to be. It's a little bit slow, despite being efficiently costed. Let's see. I like the Scavenger. Probably a higher pick than the Aerialists. Abzan Guide might just be the best pick. But it also devotes me to a lot of colors, which I don't really want. And I could take Fixing, but that just sort of, if I want to play this Dig Through Time, it just makes Temur sort of the deck I have to play. I'm okay with taking a Scavenger here because I think it's a good card and it's monocolored, and I like it more than the Mandrills, I think. I could just take the removal, I guess, the 6-drop removal. Usually these go a little bit later, but I think I'll make an exception this time, and I'll take the Rite of the Serpent. Okay, well, Pinewalker 3rd pick might be the sign we need that green's open. It looks like a rare and a common was taken out of here. I love Crippling Chill. I like Jeskai Wind Scout. Pinewalker's got to be far and away the strongest card in this pack. And Sultai is still a direction I'd want to go anyway. Because I don't do it very often, and I think it's a good archetype. Let's take the Pinewalker. That card's just really good. Much more so, in my opinion, than, anything else in this pack. Really kind of gets overshadowed by the efficiency of Pinewalker. Okay. Well, Dismal Backwater's Fixing, but I actually like Sultai Flare quite a bit. It's a strong card. And I guess the Scout the Borders would be, hopefully we can wheel, find some late Scout the Borders. Very good for Delve, for a Delvey deck, but we'll see how much Delve we end up with, I guess. For now, let's just take the good Sultai Flare. It's a card I like a lot. Pass another Pinewalker. I mean, here's our Fixing that we want, but I'm just going to take a Pinewalker over it. Here's the reason why. I'm not necessarily Sultai. This is just sort of telling me, I'm pretty sure this is just the person passing me telling me, hey, go ahead and go in green. So I'm happily going to oblige by taking the best green card. Out of this pick. I would like that Opulent Palace, but if I end up not playing Right or Dig Through Time, I really don't care. We can still just be green and be Abzan, Sultai, or Temur, and any of those I'll be happy with. Okay. Mystic's a fine card. Snowhorn Rider, fairly late. Longshot Squad's not that great. It's unimpressive for the most part. Rugged Highlands pretty much just fixes me for Temur, which is fine, but not terribly exciting. Tormenting Voice is cool, but mostly because I like it with Delve, but it works reasonably well with Dig Through Time. Mystic is fine too. It's unblockable for the most part. I'm not really passing much of anything of substance, so I'll take the Highlands. Trap Essence is actually a pretty playable card. I think it's underrated frequently. Otherwise, I could take a Highland Game, which is a fine 2-drop. I actually just like Trap Essence. I think it's just a good card. I totally underrated it early on. And turns out just a lot of creatures are played in this format, so that makes it good. Does sort of move me into Temur, but is that a big deal? I mean, it doesn't necessarily move me into Temur. What am I really passing? A nice 2-drop, which is okay. Flock, which is fine. Yeah, let's take the rare here. I'll bite. I've played Trap Essence enough to know that it's actually a good card. I mean, Scout the Borders is an option here. Otherwise, Bloodfell Caves opens us up for some fixing. I could take the Scout the Borders and still be okay with a Sultai deck, perhaps. Just don't like Singing Bellstrike, especially not for a deck like this. Tormenting Voice is okay too. I'm going to take the Caves. If I find a black card I'd like to play, excluding Rite of the Serpent since it's so black intensive. All right, easily taking Awaken the Bear here. There's not really that much else for us. Swift Kick is playable, but Awaken the Bear is better. I mean, Horde Ambusher, it's definitely a playable card. This doesn't really strike me as the deck for it. But then again, what are we really passing? Nothing, so I guess we'll take the Ambusher. Okay, so we are sort of limiting ourselves a little bit in that by taking red and green picks highly, we're pretty much limited to being a Temur deck only. I don't have a problem with that, but I would rather be green, blue, or green, black. I just sort of don't. Well, here's a couple decent black picks, I guess. Krumar versus Bondkin. Probably the Bondkins. I guess, yeah, we wouldn't be able to give this first strike, so I'd rather have a Morph for the potential upside rather than a Hill Giant. Dutiful Return, I guess we can take that. So, like I said, I'd rather be base black-green or blue-green rather than red-green. But I'm not going to stop drafting Temur if I see, if I continue to see picks in that direction. We may need to start sorting by color here, get a good feel for where we're at. Villainous Wealth. Well, Villainous Wealth is a pretty good card, but definitely not feeling it here. What am I feeling? Well, I mean, I'd like it to be a green card. I just don't think that's going to happen. We do have some black cards that would be nice to play. So Sultai is definitely an option. Sultai is an option. I mean, I could take the Villainous Wealth. Could also take the Monastery. If we take Sultai, we're just disregarding some of our red spells, which I don't like. Although I guess we could splash for Trap Essence. Yeah, it's actually maybe not. Splashing for counter can be pretty awkward. I guess we're not married to our red picks. I think I like our black picks just as much, if not more, than our red picks. Disregarding the Trap Essence. I don't think it's super likely we table the Villainous Wealth. I guess I'll take it. There's enough upside to getting to the late game and beating people with Villainous Wealth where I can get behind it. It's early enough, too, where I can sort of design around it slightly. I like Treasure Cruise. I like the Attendants. I also like the Stalker, but I think here we're going to take the Palace. None of these cards are enough incentive to pick over the land fixer here, since we are looking like a pretty colorful deck. So I would like to table a Treasure Cruise in Attendance, a Stalker, even a Hollow, Abomination. There's actually just a million things we could table that would be pretty good for us. All right, Bivouac, get some more fixing for potentially a 4-color deck. But once again, I guess I'd want my base colors to be green something, not red, but that's okay. I think actually we just take the injury here because it's just a strong card. And maybe green-black is the base that we can do. Splash blue. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that actually. Let's take the injury here. Pretty solid removal spell. Alright, Arc Lightning is good and all, but I don't know. Maybe I can make this 4-color nonsense work. I guess I like Arc Lightning not that much in this format. You can kind of take it or leave it. Then again, do I like anything in this pack otherwise? Witness is playable, but I don't really care about it. Flock is decent. I like it a lot less on the splash. Longshot Squad is playable, but not that good. Yeah, I don't see a ton of incentive to take a red pick here. I have red cards, but none of them are good. We have some red fixing, but I don't think Arc Lightning is that great in this format. So I guess I just take a card that's on color. What do I think's better, Witness or Longshot Squad? I guess Squad's okay. They're pretty close, but Squad at least continues to cut green and gives me some Outlast, some use with Outlast. So I guess we're going to be trying to do the Villainous Wealth deck, which primarily works best if you have a nice stall out strategy. You typically don't want Villainous Wealth if you're, trying to beat down. But I'd say we look a little bit mid-rangey right now, so it might be fine in this deck. I'm still thinking Trap Essence is probably not worth the splash. Abomination seems like a fine pick here. Not much else that we care about. Awaken the Bear, number 2 would be good too, but yeah, let's take the Abomination. All right, maybe another one. It's also an Archer, which I care less about, I guess. Rakshasa Secret is very good for Delve, but we currently have 1 Delve spell, so let's take Abomination. Abomination's actually fine for Delve too, since it fills your graveyard if you're looting. I think we cut the red at this point. At least these red cards. Still, I guess, on the fence about Trap Essence and Tormenting Voice, but they probably both can get the cut as well. Okay, I think I actually like Parapet for this deck. It blocks better. I do like Skull Hunter too, but this deck, like I said, I'd rather gear up a little bit better for our good late game plan, so Parapet is just masterful at doing that. Embodiment would be good, but unfortunately it's kind of crap on the splash, I think. So Parapet pretty easily there. And I'd still like to make this base green-black splash blue thing work, I guess. Let's at this point let's just cut red and kind of let's just get out of that plan. I still have the lands, so if I open something bonkers on color with it, I'll consider it. But for now, I guess I'm just sort of in the I'd like to play Sultai camp, not mess around, or I'd like to play 3-color camp rather. I don't want to get myself too involved in a crazy 4-color deck. Disown Ancestor's fine here. Once again, it sort of goes right into our buy time to get the Villainous Wealth online plan. Wind Scout would be fine, but it's just not that good on the splash. So let's take the Ancestor, which is a fine card. Now that we've got a couple good defenders, this deck could totally play the Kintree Invocation. I did get to live the dream of Ancestor into Kintree Invocation, and it's just as brutal as you thought it would be. Sultai Flare is also just a beautiful addition to this deck. Great way to buy time to get that Villainous Wealth online. Scout the Borders would help fix us a little bit as well as get us some Delve fodder, but well, maybe no buts. Maybe I just do it. But Crippling Chill is just better. And it cantrips, and it fills your yard. I guess we take the Crippling Chill. Waterwhirl seems less realistic with the double blue. And Unyielding Krumar just is kind of underwhelming for this deck since we can't use the activated ability and don't care about our warrior count. That might have been a Scout the Borders pick, but I really do love me some Crippling Chill. Naturalize. Actually, here we go. Attendance. Nice. Beautiful card. Excellent. Powerful. Welcome addition to this deck. So now that I guess I have the Attendance and the Dig Through Time, perhaps the Scout the Borders would have been the right pick. But the thing is, they usually go late. Like, I've got, what, another pack left, and I don't think we're worried about missing out on delve opportunities. There's that Tygon Scheming, but that also, I guess, a little bit less impressive on the splash. Throttle. I like that a lot more than the Archer here, so take it. We're looking like a decent deck so far. Not too bad. Pretty reasonable green-black beatdown with a late-game Villainous Wealth plan. Not beatdown, I guess. More of a mid-range. I still think I'm going to do 18 lands just because it's all upside with Villainous Wealth, and I've got enough incentive to want to get to 5 mana consistently that I think 18's pretty prudent. Here we go. Rakshasa Secret. Very playable in a deck like this that has delve cards and that likes to mind rot your opponent. Typically, I just don't like mind rot effects, but Rakshasa Secret has played pretty well for me, actually. Not that bad. Cancel seems pretty unrealistic. Let's just, well, I guess it's good against our Villainous Wealth, so I'll hate it. So, what does this deck need? This deck just needs a little bit more early game. Perhaps another Ancestor, maybe another Parapet. Just some things that we can drop and protect ourselves with. Get to that stalemated board state where we're pretty big favorite, I would say. Our removal looks pretty good too. We've got the Injury, the Throttle, the Right, Crippling Chill, kind of removal. Dutiful Return doesn't seem like we're really going to need it in this deck, especially if we're trying to cast Delve. And then we open a Rattleclaw Mystic, so I think that's a pretty easy pickup since it actually fixes for blue, which is our splash color, and it would be playable in here even if we weren't a green deck, so pretty nice all around. And a pretty easy pick, I think. Hoping to table, I don't know, Swarm, Captain, Jungle Hollow. Guess any of those would be fine. Here I think we're just taking Air over the Grizzly. Got enough 3-drops, and Air is just a really powerful card that I've probably passed too many times in my life. Hoping to table the Scout the Borders. This time I will take it. Otherwise, some good blue picks, but pretty easy Air of the Wilds, I would say. Death Touch, so good. All right, well, what have we got? I guess we've got Loxodon versus, well, I don't think we're taking a second secret. I guess it's pretty much just Loxodon. I'm not really feeling another Crippling Chill in this deck. Even the first one I'm a little bit on the fence about. And Abzan Guide's just not going to happen. It's not worth splashing, in my opinion, or trying to. So let's just get another fatty. So our fatty count is pretty nice. Our way to ramp into said fatties is a little bit short. I guess we've pretty much just got the Mystic. And I'm still planning on doing 18 lands. Now more than ever, we've just got all of these cards that require a ton of mana to get full use out of. Sage of the Inward Eye, jeez. Savage Punch, definitely what this deck wants. Alright, pretty happily taking that. More removal, very good. More removal that's actually good with our deck as well. We've got plenty of 4+ power guys. I mean, at this point, even the dig through time looks pretty unnecessary in this deck. Like, we could easily cut Crippling Chill and that card and still be good. I think our first cut's probably the dig through time. Just double blue seems totally unreasonably not going to happen, likely. Alpine Grizzly's a good card, but Backwater, kind of what I want for this deck. We only have one fixer, and I've got enough blue spells where I would like to not tarnish my mana base too much. And Alpine Grizzly is fine. We already have enough 3-drops, although I do love the Grizzly. And Timer Charger would actually be really good too, just as a way to either beat early or defend, whatever. But Backwater, happily picking that up. Lich Lord, I wish you were better. I played you in my first draft for Khans, and you did not play well. He's expensive for a 4/4, isn't he? I guess what else am I taking? I guess Kara Dreadmaw with the Sultai Flare is a way to get to the late game for Villainous Wealth. It's actually not that bad. But Smoke Teller is another option because it's a nice 2-drop, and 2-drops are always welcome. I guess this is my 22nd card, though. I'm not opposed to the Dreadmaw, I'm not going to lie. It's very defensive and good. I guess I'll take it. Pretty much being able to sack guys and draw cards is just huge. I'm a huge Sultai Scavenger plan, but we managed to play a Sultai deck that has no ways to really get Delve online. We have one secret. That's it. So I think it's pretty easy Saddle Brood here. Just get a nice beater. We'll cut the Chill, I think. Lower the blue count even more. These are all 3-drops. Skull Hunter seems reasonable. Would I cut something for it? Maybe the Secret. At this point, we're down to 1 Delve card. I'd rather just have a pretty good beatdown plan, I guess. Just another 2-drop's fine. I really don't care about any of these other cards. Did I manage to get a Naturalize? No, I forget. Oh, I didn't. Well, I don't want to take a sideboard card over a card I may main deck here. Yeah, that will main deck, I guess. This deck's coming together. It's fine. It's kind of a weird strategy, I guess. But, yeah, it's fine. We have enough big stuff already, so I guess I'll take the Pet. I don't think we need the Seek. Not likely to play that. Not likely to splash Weave Fate, so. Take a Pet. What would I play that over? I don't know. Probably not much. I don't really like Sidisi's Pet all that much. So this is our 18-lander currently. 18-lander build. Looks good. Looks good. A lot of threats. A lot of a good mana curve. A lot of removal. Good late game plan with the Villainous Wealth. Alternative win plan, I should say. Got the Scout the Borders, but at this point we don't even need it, right? I think I just take Stroke for sideboard. I'm not even going to play Scout the Borders. Don't need the fixing. Don't need the Pet. Yeah, let's take a Stroke for a sideboard. It's also good against our Villainous Wealth. I don't need a second Secret. I'm not going to play the first one. I'm not really worried about Lamassu. It's pretty pricey. I guess Defiant Strike can be good in the right Jeskai deck. I guess some card draw would have been nice for this deck, but I'm not too worried about it. I think we can pretty safely play 18 lands with this deck. We've got a lot of cost-intensive spells. All of our Morph guys really want us to get mana fast. Krumar's fine. I don't think we're playing the banner. Although the banner, I guess, is good with Villainous Wealth. I just don't like it. I guess we're not playing Krumar either. But actually, I don't want to play against the Krumar, so I'll hate over a banner that I'm not going to play. Yeah, I just don't think I'm playing banner. Not with 18 lands, so we'll take the Foil Forest. Definitely play that. So what's our mana base going to look like? That's a reasonable question in this spot. How many blue sources do we want? I already have 2. I guess we can get away with 1 more. Just run 3 blue sources. And that's a... Yeah, it's probably perfect, actually. I need to make sure I have enough Gray Ogres to reliably turn on this Saddle Brute. I think I do. And I still think I like the Sultai Flayer Dreadmaw. Maybe at this point I could see the argument for putting in whatever I just took, the Colossedon or Sidisi's Pet over the Dreadmaw, but I think Dreadmaw's fine. In a deck that's got a great late game plan, Dreadmaw's fine. So, pretty unusual Sultai deck. I somehow always manage to draft a Sultai deck that doesn't have like anything for Delve. We have 1 Delve spell in here. And I'm not even reliably cheating it out, you know. But I'm still very happy with the deck. I am. I think this is a threat-heavy deck. Threat-heavy decks are typically very good. And threat-heavy decks that have really good removal in them are also pretty unusual to get. So I think there's a lot of positive aspects of this deck going on. Let's take a look at our 3-drop count. I guess Rattleclaw can be played as a 2 just as well as at 3. So we can leave that. Let's see here. Is this what we're looking at? Is this how I'm looking to play it? It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Yeah, I think I'm running it like this. Let's figure out our... I think I said I wanted 3 blue sources. So we need 1 more blue source, and we already have 2 black sources. So with 1 more blue source... So this would be, what, 993? 993 is pretty nice. That counts right? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3. Yeah, that's good. That is good. Yeah, I like it. Nice looking deck. What do we fall victim to? I don't know. If somebody's aggro-y enough and I can't reliably find a Flare or a Dreadmaw, we could get beat down. Otherwise, I feel like we're pretty well geared for the format. My new trend, I guess it's like a few days now. I think my idea is main deck, just be really well prepared to beat an aggressive deck. Be more prepared to beat the aggressive deck with your main deck in this format, I think, than be prepared to beat, you know, a mid to late game deck. Mostly because the aggressive decks that are good in this format are insane. So I would say being prepared main deck for that threat is much more important. But enough talk. Let's try and play this deck. Looks pretty fun.